Want to inform you that this session will be presented in English and will have simultaneous Spanish interpretation. To listen to this presentation in Spanish, you would need to click on the globe icon at the bottom of your screen. You can see it circled here and select the language preference for you. You will engage and listen to the presentation in the language you select. If your device does not support interpretation, such as some Chromebooks, at this time you may download the Zoom app on your phone to access interpretation. Buenas tardes a todos y bienvenidos a nuestra charla tecnológica y más del Distrito Local Central. Antes de comenzar, quisiera informarles que esta sesión se presentará en inglés y tendrá interpretación simultánea en español. Para escuchar esta presentación en español, deberá hacer clic en el icono del globo en la parte inferior de la pantalla y seleccionar el idioma que prefiera. Participará y escuchará la presentación en el idioma que usted seleccione. Si su dispositivo no admite interpretación, por favor, por ejemplo, algunos Chromebooks, puede bajar la aplicación Zoom en su teléfono para poder escuchar la interpretación. I'd like to also review some important points so that we all understand how to participate during today's session. During this webinar, you will have an opportunity to ask questions of our panelists, our parent coaches, throughout the presentation. On your screen, you can see a Q&A icon, little bubbles, Q&A talk bubbles, and you can type in your questions. At the conclusion of this presentation, we will have our panelists respond throughout and respond to as many questions that we can as time permits. Also, this session will be recorded. You may use the chat, but it will only go for certain activities during the session. Please use the Q&A to ask questions. And at this time, I would like to introduce our local District Central, home of the champion superintendent, Ms. Frances Baez, a champion in her own right for our families and children. Ms. Baez.
Thank you very much, Ms. Guerrero. If you could please stay on the camera. I want to welcome all of our parents. Bienvenidos y gracias por estar con nosotros. It is so good to see you back. Welcome back. This is the first week of school, and we have important information to share with you. We will continue with our Tech Talks and more throughout the school year. But first, I want to introduce you to our new Parent and Community Engagement Administrator, Ms. Megan Guerrero, is with us today. She is our new Parent and Community Engagement Administrator. As you know, Ms. Teresa Reguin moved on to a new leadership role. She was seeking a new opportunity, and she is now in Human Resources, helping us to hire new teachers.
Recursos humanos, ayudándonos a contratar los profesores. Así que la señora Megan Guerrero estará guiando y
experienced principal for over 14 years at Montevista. As we move along, she's going to share her story with us. So maybe not this Tech Talk, but in future Tech Talks, she'll share about herself. We're so happy that she's leading the PACE unit and is in local District Central. I hope you get to know her and that you that you learn from the experiences that she has had in leading a school successfully. I have 3 things to share with you. Number 1 is that we have homework help available, on-demand homework help for your children. It is, you can find it on Schoology, but we're going to be providing you information about that step by step to access it, as well as their information will be available through your school. So we're in the process of giving information to the principals so they can give it to you. But please know that you have access to on-demand homework help. It's called paper in elementary schools. And you have tutor.com, and that's for grades 6 through 12. Tutor.com, grades 6 through 12. And these are live people who can help and support your children with homework or with tutoring. So more information will come in the next few days about how to access this, but we have the contract now, it's ready to go. So you'll have access to that. Number two is attendance. Attendance is super, super important. So we want to make sure that our students are coming to school every day, and that if you know of anybody who has been disconnected for the past few years, has been isolated to the point where they don't know how to come back, give them information. Go to enroll.lausd.net. That's enroll.lausd.net. And you can also go to your nearest school so that we can enroll students. Let me give you an example. There was a 17-year-old student who got disconnected when we went on to remote learning in March 2020. And the 17-year-old said, I want to come back. I want to come back and I want to finish my high school diploma. He had to go to work because the family circumstances were very difficult. So he was working full time for these past 2 years. So he came back, we helped him enroll, we helped him get into a program where he can go to school and also work part-time. So please know that there are options and ways to provide students an opportunity to come back. So please let students know that there's a way to come back. That's number 2. And then number 3, we want you to come to our parent centers. The parent centers are open. Come into our parent centers, come into our schools. Our schools are open for you. We want you to be part of all the pictures that we've been sending in social media, sharing all of the good things happening in our schools. We welcome you on our campuses. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Ms. Megan Guerrero so she can tell us about what the topic for today is. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Ms. Guerrero, your mic might be off.
Yes, I'm talking to myself. Sorry. Ms. Baez, thank you for being with us and sharing your vision, your energy and enthusiasm as we start the school year, and even some resources that are becoming available to our students to continue to support all students as we get back to school. So yes, again, if you've just joined us, my name is Megan Guerrero. I am the new Parent and Community Engagement Administrator here at Local District Central. It is my absolute honor to, you can't see them, but there is a whole team of folks that are supporting you and your students in our schools. And I'm proud to be working with Local District Central. I have recently been a principal in the Highland Park, Eagle Rock area. And it was wonderful to be able to welcome students and parents back onto our campuses on Monday. We've had 3 days. I hope that your children have enthusiastically been sharing with you their experiences from the first days of school. I hope that it has been positive, bringing you great energy and joy. It was wonderful for me to be able to welcome parents physically into school and start to reconnect in a way that we haven't been able to in the past couple years. So I acknowledge your participation today and thank you for being here. The Superintendent Carvalho's new strategic plan specifically calls out that collaboration and that connection in what they're calling one of the 5 pillars. So specifically pillar 3 speaks to our engagement and collaboration with our parents and families. And there are 3 specific ways that we're being called upon to do that right now in the beginning of the school year. One, Ms. Baez mentioned our parent and family centers. Parent family centers are open, and I don't just mean the doors open, they are open to you parents. You obviously, when you go to a school, you need to check in the main office, but we want to see our parents coming back to get help, whether it's with what you're going to learn about today in the parent portal, maybe classes and workshops, checking out the calendar of opportunities at your child's school. So those are open. Second, volunteers. If you are starting to sign up in the volunteer app to become a volunteer at your child's school, I encourage you to do it now even if maybe you're not going to volunteer until a later field trip in the year. But go ahead, apply to be a volunteer. Our goal is to get those reviewed and processed within 30 days. So you won't be sitting in that portal waiting to be approved. Someone will get back to you with maybe something you need, more information we need from you. And those will be reviewed and approved in a timely manner within 30 days. And finally, what we're going to talk about today, which is our parent portal. We want all students in local district central and throughout LA Unified to be connected to a parent in parent portal. There's so much information to be shared. So much information you can access as a parent about your child right away, without having to call or wait for the teacher to get back to you. So that's what we're going to share with you today. Again, this is all part of our strategic plan, ways that we know that we can do better to collaborate. Because when we work together, parents, we know that our students will experience increased success in our schools. So thank you at this time. Thank you again for being here. And at this time, I would like to turn over this presentation to Ms. Cyrene St. Amant. She is one of our awesome local district central parent educator coaches from the Glassell Park, Los Feliz area.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much, Ms. Guerrero. I'm really excited. We're all really excited to be here today for our first Tech Talk of the year. We see some familiar faces, and so or some familiar names. Actually, this is a webinar, so we can't see your face, but we can definitely see that you're here. So thank you so much for being here with us today. And today, as you've heard before, our topic is the LAUSD Parent Portal. And we're going to be talking about how you can be connected to your child's school and to the district. Thank you. So we're going to get started with our inclusion. So we want to find out from you, what is your experience with the parent portal? You're going to have a moment in the chat to respond, but we'd like to know if this is the first time you've ever heard about the parent portal. You'll put a number 1 in the chat. If it's you have an account already, but you haven't added your children yet, you'll put a number 2 in the chat. If you have an account, you've already added your child or your children, but you've never used it, you'll put a 3 in the chat. And if you have an account and you use it often, put a number 4. Okay, can already see you guys are already participating. Thank you so much. All right, we have a lot of ones. We have some actually, we have a wide range, it looks like. We have some from every category. So we have some very experienced users of Parent Portal, but we also have some that are very new. So thank you all for being here today. We are going to hopefully have a little bit of something for everybody. If you're new, you're going to find out how to create a Parent Portal. And if you're experienced, you'll maybe get a chance to share a little bit of your experience through the chat and also maybe learn a few new things. All right, so next slide, please. All right, so today's objectives, as I said before, you're going to learn how to create a Parent Portal account. If you are one of those who have an account, but you haven't added your students yet, you'll have a chance to learn how to do that as well. And then for those of you who may have already have an account, you've added your children, we'll show you how you can also request a device and to get connectivity using your Parent Portal. And hopefully you'll learn even more than that. So let's get started. All right, so you might ask yourself, why should I even have a Parent Portal account? Well, the Parent Portal is the platform that our district uses to provide our families with opportunities to stay in touch and to stay connected to your child's school and also to the happenings in the district. It provides you with real-time information about your child's progress in their grades, any assignments that may be due, and so very much more. There are so many things that you can keep up with. If your child receives transportation from the district, you can also see what your transportation plan is and even find out what's going on with the bus for a particular day. So it's actually really very useful. It can also be used to access district resources like, as we said before, requesting a device, extended learning opportunities, which we'll be talking about also toward the end of our presentation. If you are interested in unified enrollment and our magnet program, you'll also be able to use the parent portal to access that information. Also our summer school, maybe some of you have also participated in our enrichment choices that are available. All of those options are available through the parent portal. So, and finally, you can also access your parent and student handbook. All right. So I think I want to know right now, we have some very experienced folks out there. So in the chat, if you can share, how have you found a use for the parent portal? What's one thing that you found the parent portal to be very useful for? If you can add that to the chat and share with us. All right. And so as we're doing that, okay. All right. Oh, for attendance. So grades. All right. And communicating with the teachers. Thank you. Yes. So it's very useful. And we're going to go now to how to actually create that account. So I'm going to pass it off or hand off to my colleague, Vilma Monson, and she will take you through how to create your account. Oh, useful for helping your child with this. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, Vilma?
Yes.
There
Thank you, Cyrene. Thank you so much. So parents, thank you. Families, thank you for being here. I see many of you are here joining us today. We're so excited. This is our first Tech Talk of the year. You know that we are here with you. We will be here with you every Wednesday. We are going to ask you about your preferences in a survey, but that'll be later on, right? Let's get to why we're here today. And one of the reasons is that we want every one of you here, parents and families, to have a parent portal account, right? And not just create a parent portal account, but to use it. And what are the steps to do that? So the first thing you will need, parent, is a personal email account. Now, it doesn't matter what kind of account it is, an iCloud, a Gmail, an SBC, Global, any account, a personal account that you may have will do, so that you can set your parent portal account. So we have found that many of you have created additional email accounts when you are helped in creating the parent portal account. We just want to make sure that you know that if you have a smartphone, that most likely you already have an email account attached to it, right? So the first thing is, again, ensuring that you have a personal email account, no matter which type, and that you can access it, right? At the time you start the process of creating an account. So that will be the first step. Once you you have your account, your personal email account, then you will then access the parent portal platform. Okay, and there are various ways of accessing this platform. There are so many different ways. You can, as you see on this page, there are some specific links that take you to the parent portal login page, right? You can also do a simple Google search. This is what I do most of the time. I do a Google search and do parent portal LAUSD, and it will take you to the login page. So any which way, right, you come to it. Maybe at your school website, right? Might have the link already on the website. That I've seen a lot. So just be on the lookout for this icon, the parent portal, and then you will see that it'll take you to this page, the select an option page, the login page. And there you have 4 options, okay? So, but before we go and see that those options in the login page, there is an additional way to go in. And I wanted to show you this particular page because when you go to our main LAUSD page, www.lausd.net, and you click on families, you will be able to access that parent portal login page, but also you will see that we have so many different resources for you parents, right? You can find information about English learners, about foster youth, about different programs such as Gifted and Talented, parent resources. So from this page in the main LAUSD page, when you click on families, you will see all these different options for you families, parents. And obviously where we want to get today is the parent online tools. And when you click on that, it'll take you to a page that looks like this, okay? And here you will see that the first option is parent portal, okay? So once you click on the parent portal icon, it'll take you to this page. This is the one we want to get to, right? So for the purposes of today, we're first going to help you find the steps to register for an account, right? So you don't have an account. This is the first time you're going to go and do your parent portal account, right? Then you will click on number 4, register for an account. And this is what you will see. You will see a page that opens up, and this is the information that you will provide. When you see the little star, the asterisk, right? That means that is required information. You have to provide that information. And just for our Spanish-speaking parents, know that when you see the corner of that page, and in many LAUSD pages, where it says Español, once you click on Español, the information, right, you will see it in Spanish, okay? So that's just so that you know that most of our pages right now will appear in English, but for our parents that speak Spanish, when you click on Español, the information then appears in Spanish, okay? So again, first step then, once we get to this page, is to provide your first name, last name, and that personal email that we talked about, the personal email account, and then re-enter it, right? Make sure that they match, okay? And then that you click on I'm not a robot, the CAPTCHA, and then you will register, click on register. So that is the first thing, right? Provide again your first name, last name, that email, personal email account, and then you re-enter it and make sure you click on you're not a robot and you register. So that's the first step. Then what will happen is this comes up, right? This message, it tells you, thanks you for completing your registration, the first steps for your registration, right? We're not done yet. And then and it'll tell you, right, to visit your personal email account. So now you have to go to your personal email account, because there you will have received a message, right? So again, make sure you go to your personal email account. A message will be there waiting for you from the district. And once you see it, it'll thank you for registering for an account, right? This is now your personal email account. Then you will click on continue on your browser, web browser. Again, you are in your personal email account, click on continue on your web browser. And then the next step is to, right, go back to the parent portal page, because there you are going to create, very important, your password, okay? So now you're on the 8th step of creating your parent portal account, okay? Now you will provide again that personal email account, your personal email account that you have provided initially, and you will create a password, and you will see this information there. It will guide you as to what you have to provide. At least 10 characters, at least 1 numeric character, 1 uppercase letter. It must include at least 1 special character, right? And it tells you that it cannot be commonly used words, right? We want to make it as secure as possible. Remember that you are creating an account where you will add your child, and you will have sensitive information about your child in that account. So you want to make sure it's a secure password. And again, and additionally, right? It cannot exceed, your password cannot exceed 24 characters. Don't make it too long that you don't remember it, and write it down or try to memorize it, right? Because we don't want to lose that password, or you will have to, well, there is an opportunity, obviously, to reset your password, right? But you don't want to reset it every time. So it happens to us all, right? And then you will, again, re-enter the password. They must match. Remember that when you see this icon of the eye, when you open it, you click on it, then you can see what you wrote, right? Not just the little dots, but you can actually see what you inputted. So open up the eyes and make sure that they match your passwords, and then submit. That'll be the step that'll take you right to that section. Again, just so you can see it a little bit bigger, right? You have 10 characters and all these additional criteria for your password. Again, submit it, email, and this is something that'll help you, right? As you're submitting your character, creating your password, the red check marks will turn into green check marks here, okay? So then again, everything is green, everything is good, ready to go, submit, and it'll take you again to this page. Why? Because now you are ready, you've registered, you've finished the registration, you've created a password, and at that moment you can go in, but maybe you don't want to, you don't have the time, you'll go back to it, and then you'll again go in and look for the lausd.net page and get to the parent portal. Whichever way you go back, if at that moment or later, you will come to this page, and you already recognize this page, right? The login page of the parent portal. And now you're not registering, you already have your account, you already have your email and your password connected to that email account, right? And now you're going to log in. Okay, success, right? We have created an account with a username, which is your email, personal email, and your password connected to that email. Then you go in, right? Now you go into the parent portal. Let's see what awaits us there. So again, your username will be your personal email address and your password that you have just created. You will click on register. And the first time you'll see this message. And the message is whether or not you want to receive in your email, right? Sent to you, to your email, the parent-student handbook. Whether you say yes or you say no, the link to the parent-student handbook lives in your parent portal landing page. So it will not just be the only opportunity, right? You will be able to access the parent-student handbook in your parent portal account later on too. So whether you say yes or no at that moment, you submit, and there you are. This is the landing page of your parent portal account. This is what it looks like. Right now, this is what you see, right? You see the daily pass, which I know we're not using right now unless we need to upload positive COVID test results. That's okay. But here it is. It lives here. The link lives in this landing page. And on the right side, right, there is a menu of many resources, as we said before, links to websites, to resources, to district pages that you can access from the parent portal, okay? But the most important thing, and I know that this is what you want, right, is to know how to add your child, because this is the important part, right? You want to connect your child to your parent portal account. And this is where you need a little bit of more information, right? We need to provide more information. You then, let me just go back. You will click on Add Student, right? Right now you haven't added your child, you just created your account. Or maybe those of you who created an account but haven't yet added your child, what do? This is what you will need, right? You will need your child's student ID. And again, I'm gonna point out to the little I here because again, when we just see the little dots, we don't know what we're entering. But when you open up the eye, you will see the information you enter. But you will need your child's LAUSD ID number. Okay, where can you find that ID number? At the school site, right? The school will provide it for you. Maybe you have some student documents already, report cards, right? The ID number doesn't change from the moment they get it in what, pre-K or TK, right? Until 12th grade, it's the same ID number. In rare occasions, it might change, but not really. So it follows them throughout their life as a student in LAUSD, okay? So again, you will need your student's ID. You will need, and you know it, parents, right? Their date of birth. And of course, the PIN, that parent portal PIN. We're gonna talk a little bit more about this right now, the parent portal PIN, because it's a sensitive number, right? We wanna make sure that you know what it is and not to confuse it, right? Mistake it with the student PIN. This is what was happening initially. And still we see this happening where parents request a PIN and they might be given the student PIN instead of the parent PIN. So it's two different things. Students have their own LAUSD account, right? They use their mymail.lausd.net account. They have their student PIN. That's for them. Parents, you have your parent PIN, and your parent PIN is provided by the school, by our team. We'll gladly help you get that PIN, or there is the hotline, right? The LAUSD family hotline at 213-443-1300. So any which way, right? Any of these ways you can get your parent PIN. Again, not the student PIN, the parent PIN, okay? And this is what we use to add your child to your parent portal account. That is the function of this PIN, okay? Now, something to know about the PIN. If you have more than one child, you will get more than one PIN. So the PIN is associated with the child. One child, right? One legal guardian, then a PIN is created for that child, okay? Let me do that. Then a second parent, right? There is a second parent. Well, a different PIN is created for that parent. So this is important. When you request your parent PIN, we can only provide the parent PIN for the parent with whom we are talking at that moment. We cannot provide a parent, the other parent's PIN, okay? For security and safety, right? We know that we will just provide the PIN of that parent with whom we are talking at that moment. And we will ask you, right, for identity. So we will need your ID. We will need to see your ID. At the school side, well, you can show your ID. But if it is over the phone, we will ask you to get with us, right, in a virtual, a little conference, a Zoom, right, so that we can see your ID and ensure that the person requesting the PIN is the actual parent, right? That's very important for safety. We don't want to give your PIN right, to someone that might not be the parent. So again, and even if your spouse or partner might be next to you, we cannot provide you his or her PIN unless we talk to them and verify their identification. That's just the process that we use. Be aware when we provide the parent PIN. So now there's one child and he or she creates a PIN for either parent. But there is a second child. The same thing will happen. That child will create a different PIN for the parent, associated with the parent. Okay, so just be aware that if you have more than one child, you will have more than one PIN or different PINs. It will not work. This PIN for this student will not work for this student, right? When you try to add them or when you add them to the parent portal account, your parent portal account. We might need to explain this again, I know, but moving on, know that you already have your parent PIN, right? At this point, you already have your PIN. You input the PIN, right? Make sure that you open the little eye to see that it's actually the one that you entered. And then number 4, again, right? I'm not a robot. Click on that, check that, and then add a student. When you click on add a student, numbers 5 and 6 will populate and you will see your student's name, your child's name, and the parent, right? That is in that moment, adding the child to their account. Once everything matches and everything is good and the names appear here, right? It is your child, you are the parent, then you will click on finish and there it is, right? You have added your child to the parent portal. And you will do the same process, right? For however many children you are adding, okay? And once that happens, the way you find information about your child, right, is by clicking on their name, which will already be hyperlinked. Now, I want you to just look at this menu up top, okay? You will have some information about your child, their student ID, their school, maybe not all of this at this point, but where we want to get to the device or hotspot, and my colleague will show you later how to, right here from the parent portal, right, when you have added your child, you can request a device or hotspot, but we'll talk about it in a little while. So again, you have added your child to your parent portal account, click on their name, okay? And that'll take you to a menu, okay? Okay, so this is for telephone, right? Again, add a student parent portal phone view. And we want to show you the phone view because it's not the same. We usually give you the information as it appears in a computer, right? And then maybe you're using your phone. You can use your phone, right? To access the pages and add your child, okay? And this is the information that you will see. This is the landing page with your child's information at the top. You will see the information. And so maybe some of you are familiar with these icons. Well, when you click on the icons that appear here, that'll take you to your child's personal information, specific information, right? You will be able to see their attendance, their grades, the programs they participate in. Okay, let me click on that. If they participate in special education services, you can click on the icon, right? And all of this, right? If your child is a secondary or high school student, very important, you will be able to see their information as they progress towards graduation, right? So that's important too. Okay, various information here about what you can do and see in the parent portal. Use the parent portal, okay? So let me continue. Oh, right. Well, we're not using the daily pass, but in another occasion, we'll go into Schoology because parents, guess what? You also have a Schoology account. And when you click on Schoology, right, on this particular icon, it'll take you to the Schoology page. I'm excited about that one, but we'll talk about that one later on. We have a course for you parents in Schoology. And again, I don't want to take too much time on that one, but I'm excited about the Schoology aspect of this platform because it'll take you to your own account, right?
Ms. Monton,
Yes, sir.
may I add
Yes.
something about the Schoology? I'm sorry, about the parent portal features.
Yes, go ahead. This is, may I say before anything, Mr. Campbell, our colleague, has a child in LAUSD. So he's a resident parent, right? He lets us know what he sees and what he does because he's the one with a child in LAUSD. So Mr. Campbell, yes, tell us.
Thank you, Ms. Monson. And I know that we're talking about our district platform, which we use as Parent Portal, and there are many great features. And you are landing on the features page right now. And a lot of times parents ask, well, what can I do? Why do I need it? I just wanted to give you a couple of examples of practical applications that I use it for my own children. And I know that we are starting school, and this is the first week of school, and a big rush that we have as parents and with our students is to know the anticipation of what class am I going to be in. And a lot of times you have to go to your school site and look to see the day before classes start because they post it on there. Well, I was unable to make it to my child's school and do that because I'm a working parent. But I was grateful that through my Parent Portal account, I was still able to check to see where my child's a new teacher. And I was able to do that through grades and assignments. And it popped up when I go into grades and assignments, and I click on my child's names. It then pops up her upcoming teacher. And so that is just one of the features that I wanted to share with parents on how useful Parent Portal is. And I know there were many parents that went up to school sites this last week to try to get that information. And I want to let you know this is something that it's available to us through our Parent Portal account. So now we're going to now show you a new additional feature that is also available through Parent Portal. Why don't we go to the next slide? So Parent Portal now has and now allows us, like Ms. Monson said earlier, to request a device. So we're able to get connected through device connectivity on Parent Portal. So let's see how that works. When you're looking at your child's name, like what was showed to us from my colleague before, that at the top, there are many different choices that you have, or different types of information that you can access that are provided underneath your student by your student's name. One of them now is device hotspot. That it allows us now in Parent Portal to request a device that all we have to do is click on it. We have many different district device giveaway events, and this is how you sign up and register to get that device. Now, if you don't do it prior to going to the registration event, they're going to ask you to register for a parent portal account and then request it here. So before any registration event, this is how you can request your child's device. You'll go add your child, like Ms. Monson talked about, and then it'll populate where you can now request a device, and you will press request. And that takes you to the following page. It now takes you to this page. This is a landing page for the requesting device that you just clicked on the link in your parent portal account. You can also go to this page using the device.lausd.net website address, and it'll take you here as well. Now, what you do is you click on the parent guardian tab. And thank you, Ms. Monson. And parents, I want you to know that although that this is in English, if you like it in another language, like Spanish, you can click on in the left corner and it'll turn the language to Spanish. So now it takes you to this page, and right here you will be using your parent portal username and password in order to log in. Then you will press log in, and you're now on this page. And this page, it's going to ask you what are you want to do. So we're talking about requesting a device. This is for the device event that you are going to go to, and you want to register in advance. So you will click on the first the first link, which says I'm requesting a device and our connectivity for remote learning. So you click on that. And then what it's going to take you to is to a device connectivity request page. And then what you have to do is you're going to have to enter in your parent information. So you're going to enter in like your name, your phone number, your child's information, your address. And you are going to have to look at different agreements. So you're going to have to initial for a security agreement and the use of the usage of the device, and you just initial right here. It shows that you'll be responsible for your device. And then so you'll have several different sections like what you see on the screen, and you will just initial for it that you are aware that the device is in your care and under your responsibility, and you agree to it. If you agree to it, you will press initial, and then you'll at the bottom, you'll click submit. So I know that this is a lot of information that we've given you, parents, but just know that Parent Portal is a tool to give you additional information to help you stay connected with your child while you're at work or while you're at home, and you might have questions that you want to ask. And what we just went over right now is another example of the usefulness of Parent Portal, that this takes us to now the ability to request a device that the district is offering. And in LD Central, once you've done this, if you can also go to LD Central. We had a device event there last week, and you can pick up a one of the devices after you've registered for it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn it back over to Ms. Monson, and we're gonna open up for questions and answers.
Thank you so much, Mr. Campbell. Again, yes, we have given you a lot of information. We'll show you, right? This is not the only time that you will see this information. Actually, we are recording this presentation. We will post it onto our local district central YouTube website. We'll discuss that later. We'll give you information about that, where you can see this and many, many other presentations that we have for you parents. Might there be any questions that parents are asking that we need to answer at this time, colleagues?
A lot of our participants are wondering, once again, how to get that parent PIN. What are some of the ways?
That parent PIN. Yes. Okay. So let me go back, because remember I said we're going to go back to that one, and we always do, right? The parent PIN, because this is essential. If you don't have the parent PIN, you will not be able to add your child to your account, right? You won't be able to create your username, your password, but this is essential, right? How do you get your parent PIN? Well, the first, you can call your school, right? That's the first thing. You call your school or go to your school, and they will give you the parent PIN. And again, we will need to confirm your identity. just because we want to make sure that the correct person, the legal guardian in the system, is the person receiving that PIN, because with that PIN, then you can create, right, the parent portal account. So again, ask your school. You can also call us, and you'll get our information in a minute, right? You can call us, call your school. Even if you call your school, they will need to see you. So what we're doing now that we have Zoom, right? We do those quick Zoom meetings, and then we can see each other. We can then see your identification, and then we'll provide you your parent PIN. Similarly with the district hotline, right? You can also call the district hotline, and the same thing will happen. You will connect with a person that you will then meet virtually so that you can get that PIN. That is the way. Those are the different ways in which you can get the PIN. I know that last year the district sent in a mail, right? The parents, their child's PIN. I'm not sure that, I haven't heard, I don't know if we're doing that anytime soon. But if we do, then we'll let you know, right? But for now, these are the ways in which you can get that parent PIN. You will connect to the school, to our unit, or to the district hotline. Okay, so that's the way to get it. And then, as we said, that PIN is connected, right? That child generates a PIN. That PIN then is connected to a particular parent. If there is another parent, legal guardian, that legal guardian will also receive a different PIN. And I reiterate right now, we cannot provide one parent's PIN to another parent, right? Each one will get their PIN separately. And if you have more than one child, again, that child will generate a different PIN for either parent or legal guardian. Okay. Any other questions, Ms. Irene, that I should note or answer?
There are a couple. One is, what is the PIN? What is it? What is the PIN for? What does it do?
The PIN allows you to add your child to the account, to your parent portal account. Without the PIN, you cannot connect your child to the account. And then you won't be able, if you don't add your child to the account, you're not going to be able to take advantage of all the different resources, right? You won't be able to look at their information, their attendance, their real-time attendance, right? And their grades and assignments, connect with the teachers, right? Going to your Schoology page, parents, see information about the testing or other programs, complete online applications, emergency card. Maybe you need to change your phone number, right? You have a new phone number. Well, you can do that here. Maybe you don't have time to connect with the school. If you have a parent portal account, you can change your phone number, your new phone number here in the emergency card, and it'll link to the school system, right? Excuse me. If your children take LAUSD transportation, you can see in real time the conditions, right? Is the bus delayed? Is it on time? In real time, you can see that information. So again, having that PIN connects your child, right, to your account that you just created, parent, right? And then you're able to see all that important information. So that's what the PIN does, right? It's specific to that child, to that parent. I hope that clarify that point.
Yeah, right. It's kind of your password to create an account, right? So
Yes.
you need that.
And it's
then,
a one-time use,
Yes.
right? You only
Yes.
use it one time. And if you, for whatever reason, in the system, if you then change your email account, you can reset it in the system. You can reset your password. Sometimes we have seen parents, this is important, parents. Sometimes we have seen parents with 2 or 3 different accounts, or 4, right? Where you created different email accounts and then added children here and there. So then we will at some point, right, say, okay, there's only one account, parent, right? They will deactivate accounts that you might not longer use and ensure that you have one account where all your children, or if it is more than one, appears. We have had that situation. So connect with us, right? We'll help you along in ensuring that you have a working parent portal account. Any other questions, Ms. Irene?
Yes, there was one about Schoology. This must be from someone who has a little experience. So
Huh?
if a parent has a Schoology account, do they need the parent portal?
Well, so they do. I mean, this is interesting, right? So there are two types of Schoology accounts, and this is what has happened in the past, that parents think that they can use Schoology, but what they're doing actually is using their child's Schoology, right? They access Schoology using their child's login. Well, that's not your account. That's your child's account, right, parents? That's their account, and you shouldn't access that account, right? That's their personal Schoology account. Parent, the way for you to get connected or linked to your child's Schoology account, you can see some of the information, not all of the information. And this is again for security, because in Schoology, right, students interact with other students in their updates and comments, right? Parents should not be privy to those conversations that happen in Schoology in the classroom. You can see limited, you have a limited view of your child's information, right? The updates more than anything, that's conversations among students that the teacher can see, obviously, right? So in order for you parent to access your own parent account, the only way you can do it is if you have a parent portal account. This is the way to do it, right? Once you have added your child and you click on Schoology, then it'll link, right, your child to your parent Schoology account, not the child's account. I've seen that happen, right? Where parents think they can see Schoology, but what they're doing is using their child's Schoology account. So that's the difference. Sayuri?
That's a lot of what we were getting. Let's see. Oh, there's some questions about devices. So is the device for student use? And yes, the device is for student use. And where do they get a device? Where might they get a device?
So we know, or you might have seen parents, that there have been various events, district events, we call them, right? We had just two or three, right? We had one at Franklin High School. We had one at before the beginning.
At Maya.
Maya Angelou, we had one. But every day here at Local District Central, you are able to come and get that device that you have requested. If you have requested a device already, went through the process as we showed you, you are welcome to come to Local District Central, and you will be able to get that device. Now, I believe that you can also call your school and see if they have available devices, because I will say, the device that we are talking about here is not the school device, is the district device, right? It's two separate things again. The device that you're requesting through device.lausd.net is a district device. And that device, the intention is for you to keep it at home, right? For the child to keep it at home, to work from home, right? And because the school might provide a device at the school site already. But this device stays at home. They don't have to return it during vacation time. It's for you to use it during vacation time too. And it'll stay with the child until the child graduates, right? Or until the child is no longer an LAUSD student. So that's the intent here with the district device, not to be confused with the school device. The school can request their devices back if they give your child a device. Okay, that's a separate thing. That's
Ms. Monson,
yes, Mr. Campbell.
we have a question about that, about the school and the district device. And so I just wanted to read the question and see if I can clarify it for the parent. She says, I received 2 laptops for both my kids. My question is, does my kids need to take the laptops to school, or would the school provide a different device at school?
Okay.
So can I speak to that?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
So this is to Janet Morales. Hello, Janet. How you doing? I also received 2 devices for my children as well. And like Ms. Monson just explained, one device is a district device. And that district device stays at home. They use it at home. The other device was given to them by the school. And then so they take that to school. They can leave it at school. It depends on what the teacher is having them do. I know for my fifth grader, when he was testing, they had the devices come every day so they could do their testing at school. So the question as in, do you need to receive another one, or would school receive another one? I would say, just talk to your child's teacher and ask your child's teacher what you would like them to do for with the school device. Do you want it to remain in the classroom? Would you like me to transport it to and from school on a daily basis? That is something that the school can give you more information on.
Mhm. That's correct. Thank you, Alex, for that. I see a question. I heard I can get a help with connectivity, internet. I believe that device has a hotspot already, and with it comes with a hotspot. But also, and as we saw in our events, there is a possibility of AT&T. I think it was the company that was in our events, if I'm not mistaken, Alex, right? I believe that that's the company. And
Yes.
that can help you parents, right? They will connect to internet at I assume, right, lower cost. So definitely contact us, contact the hotline. They also have that information, okay? Right.
And in
Uh-oh.
addition to that, Ms. Monson, so I wanted to let parents know that when they're requesting the device, like we went through in our presentation, there is also an option when you're putting in your information where it said parent information, there's also an option. It's going to ask you, would you like a device? And it's going to also ask you, would you like a hotspot? So at that time, you can decide what you need. Do you need the device and a hotspot, or do you need just the device? Or do you need just a hotspot because you already have a device?
Yes.
So
Mhm.
at that time, you in the same application, you can decide families what you would like to have.
Mhm. Okay, I see that we have we're answering most of the questions. I am going to go ahead just because it's 4:30 and our friends from translation, thank you so much. Interpretation are here with us for an hour and we are already taking some of their time, but we don't want to leave without letting you know, parents, of our future, some announcements, right, that we have for you. And again, you'll see our information too, so that you can contact us should you need to. But at this point, I want you to see, we have a recording. You'll have access to this recording in the LD Central YouTube channel. But you can also take a screenshot and see that there is an access and a QR code here and a link to videos that will, again, guide you step by step on how to create a parent portal account. Okay, so you're welcome to take a screenshot of this. And also, please, we would want to know if you need support, right? If you, for whatever reason, need support with Parent Portal, we are here to help you. You can also contact us should you need to. So this is, just take a screenshot or write it down, or when you view the video, right? You will be able to have that there and pause it and see it. And let us know if you need support. We're here to help you. Additionally, parents, we have sent you, and if you received an email with this invitation for today, you received this a link to this particular interest form. And the interest form is for us to know what you prefer, right? What topics might you be more interested in? What hours might work best for you, right? Is 3:30 okay, right? We have done Tech Talks and more for a year and a half, 2 years already. And we have done weekly 3:30 on Wednesdays. That's our time with you, parents and families. But we know that things are changing a little bit, right? So if you prefer a different time, we'll see, right? We want to make sure that we're here for you at the best time convenient for most of you. We cannot get all, but for most of the parents that are accompany us, okay? So there's a QR code for that. And I also sent you a link, right? In that, if you have an email, right, account with the district, and then you might have received it. Otherwise, I think that we can also send you the link in a text message, maybe today or tomorrow, okay? We want to hear from you, parents. And additionally, we want to invite you for next Wednesday, right? The 24th, I believe it is the 24th, right? Next Wednesday. We're so excited. We're going to have our mental health consultants, Mr. Sagredo and Mr. Garcia, and they have, will present important information as we start a new school year. They have tips, they have information, advice on what to do, how to talk to your child, what to look for, right? As we start a new school year. So this is going to be a wonderful, important presentation next Wednesday at 3:30, okay? Here with you in Tech Talks and more. So we hope you can join us. Be on the lookout. We send you the link, the email, the text message, right? So that you can join us. So again, that'll be next Wednesday, I'm sorry, the 24th at 3:30 p.m., okay? And again, this line is still active, the LAUSD hotline. Should you need to have any questions, concerns, parent concerns and questions during the day, I believe they used to be open up until 6 p.m. I am not sure if that's still the case, but this is a number to call should you need to, okay? And this is us, right? The Parent and Community Engagement Unit. This is our staff information. We are associated with specific communities of schools, the coaches are. We have our administrator, as you heard from her earlier, and local district central community representatives that you can also contact. So take a screenshot and you're welcome to email us. We have heard today from Mr. Alex Campbell, right, from Historic Central Avenue and South Los Angeles Communities of Schools, Ms. Irene Sainamat from Glassell Park, Los Feliz, and they would be here today, Javier, Boris, and Elizabeth, but they are supporting our school sites. As you know, we need all the support we can at this beginning of the school year. So they are there working with our students and our staff, but you will meet them at some point during our Tech Talks and more presentations. So thank you so much, parents. Thank you for being here. We appreciate your, that you contact us, that you reach out to us should you need to. We're here to support you. So I believe that is all from us. Thank you so much. Let me see, any other thing that I should explain or, oh, we are already taking too much time from our interpretation. Thank you so much, interpretation, Griselda. Thank you so much. Ms. Guerrero, I believe you're the host. You can end the webinar.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Thanks for being here.